Hello and welcome to another video of Excel Academy. Today we have a very interesting topic, that is the brief analysis of the Union Budget of 2021. You have many videos, many articles and lot of things, information is coming to you about Union Budget. But what is important for exam and what is the important changes and the reforms in the Union Budget is what you should know. And to share with that, joining me today is our guest, Shri Prabhakar KS, who is the founder and CEO of Shri Tax Chambers. Hello, Prabhakar, and welcome to this discussion on the Union Budget.
Good morning, hello. Thank you.
So before we go ahead, let me just introduce Prabhakar. He's an expert on tax laws and he has written more than 100 articles and he does a lot of research in direct and indirect taxation. In fact, we also did another video with Prabhakar where he analyzed the Vodafone and the Kane Energy case, which was very interesting. Please do watch that video also. And he has also published more than 15 papers in different national law schools of India. So Prabhakar, the first question is, what are your initial thoughts on the Union Budget? How do you rate it?
Thank you, Alok, for providing an opportunity to share my views. This budget is quite good. I can rank 7.5 for out of 10. It may not be up to expectation. It is still, our finance tried our best to come out with a number of proposals to nullify the impact of our worst impact of the COVID-19. Somehow she managed to come out with a number of proposals which will have a long-term impact on Indian economy, and definitely that will get back our economy to the track, just like a pre-COVID level. It will be definitely the right way for this one.
Okay, so what do you think is the most important signal the government is sending out to industry and generally the population of India with this Union Budget?
I think through this budget, Finance Minister has sent a very positive and strong message across the world. Since we lost that two cases that I already mentioned, no? Cairn and Vodafone back to back, where India got a lot of negative input from across the sector. To nullify that impact, that negativity, government through this budget sent a strong signal message are promised where there will be a stable tax regime for those who wish to do business in India. That much of companies they already sent across. So investors can now feel relief. Hardly, I think as far as tax proposals concerned, Finance Minister didn't touch it. She intended to continue the last year proposal, last year tax rate, whatever is there, 2.5 lakh, whatever tax rate is there, that let it continue for the one more year. That means investors can plan accordingly. By this
Now, what we want to also ask you before that is, see, the tax litigation is a big challenge in India, and it's a really, really huge task for corporates, for businesses, and to that matter of fact, even for professionals. Professionals also are not saying that we need more tax litigation, and this will really slow down the progress.
Absolutely.
And it's also not giving the right faith for the industry. So
absolutely.
how has the tax litigation issue been addressed in this budget? Can you please share your views
Interestingly, on 29th, when Chief Economic Advisor, while presenting his economic survey for 2021, he observed that department or revenue is inclined to very much inclined to move for litigation, even though for small issues and they are approaching for higher authorities and to avoid those issues and through this finance bill, Finance Minister has proposed to alternative mechanism, not a regular route, not a regular court route to say. One is a dispute resolution mechanism, dispute resolution panel. Another one is advanced ruling authority, replacing of advanced authority ruling. Through dispute resolution panel, a small taxpayer, say 10 lakh rupees, those who have turnover of 10 lakh rupees or less, a taxable income of up to 50 lakh or disputed income up to rupees 10 lakh, they can avail this opportunity and avoid the court route or regular route of approaching CAT appeal or income tax appellate tribunal or High Court or Supreme Court. And another another dispute resolution mechanism or alternate resolution mechanism proposed is a board for advance ruling. Actually, there is already one advance authority is there, but that is became dead later due to there are some due to some what you say due to some judicial interpretation point of view, public loss interest on approaching these authorities. So, so finance minister come out with the replacement of this advance authority rule by board for advance ruling. Here also, taxpayers can directly approach this board to avail the speedy resolution in a fixed fixed time period. That means they can avail the resolution without approaching the court or tribunal like that. That way, you can expect some friendly tax regime over a period of time or down the line. Say 10 years, we can have a uh, very good litigation regime.
So I think the government has taken the step in the right direction, and I'm
Definitely.
sure the litigations will reduce, or only the real matters which should go to litigation will go, and not petty cases or things which the industry and the businesses will get frustrated and irritated, and which will stall their business. So now that we know that that's a major reform which the finance minister has proposed, now I think we can come to the tax proposals, or like, can you please share? First, you can tell about the income tax. What are the tax proposals in this budget?
Interestingly, Mr. Alok, there is no change in income tax slabs as far as rates are tax concerned. Honorable Finance Minister felt that to keep the last year's slab only, that is 2.5 lakh, 5 lakh, 7 lakh, whatever is there. Same thing will continue. Additionally, there is no change in standard deduction, which is much anticipated across the country. Number of salary class, number of middle class and salary class people expected actually, but unfortunately, Finance Minister didn't yield their demands and that. And further, there is no additional tax exemptions. Whatever is there as of now, that is those things are going to continue for one more financial year. So we can expect any other further things in only next balance sheet. That means whatever tax impact is there, that will be carried forward for one more financial year. Since this COVID-19 and finance ministry also is under severe economic distress, and they have to arrange funds for pan-India vaccination and all. For that reason, they are not ready to either increase the standard deduction or to tinkering with the tax rates and all. I think that is the reason they are not go for any changes. And
so what about for corporate entities? What are the tax proposal?
However, senior citizens, there is some relief where if there is if he or she is beyond 75 or aged above 75, he or she cannot need not to be filed return, income tax return. That TDS under bank, especially these people generally have a bank interest or some other postal interest income as a other source of income, where bankers will get deduct their TDS, applicable TDS, and they'll remit to the department or revenue. For that, they need not to file any income tax return. That much they got a relief. That we can say some extent of relief for relief extended to senior citizens. For and general, as far as general taxpayers concerned, hardly any relief to say.
What about corporate entities?
Corporate entities also, home MAT, actually some major initiatives are there. MAT and dividend will be excluded for calculation of book profit. That is a major proposal. Next one is LLPs are not eligible for presumptive income taxation to plug the revenue leakage or something. So they are planning to, they are proposed to remove LLPs from the presumptive taxation under 44 ADA. Some section on key section is there under income tax law, where a set of specified professionals can avail those presumptive. That means they need not to prepare books like the senior books and books. They can avail presumptive base of tax regime.
So basically, books of accounts audit will not be required.
Not required. But to plug the revenue leakage, and they propose to remove LLP from this benefit. That means
so LLPs will no more get the benefit of 44 ADA.
They will be treated at par with the normal corporate entities like private limited companies, publicly limited companies, and other.
Yeah, so that is the important things which our viewers
So
should observe.
year and after, only individual HUF and partnership, ordinary partnerships, not LLP, ordinary partnerships can avail 44A benefit. They can go for
Okay.
presumably base of income tax.
So there's what is this Google tax and how was it been addressed in the budget? Google tax, it's a dreaded word in India.
Actually, 2016, actually, that is a tax on digital services. Those who provide services. No, for them, they brought that tax, some levy from 2016, June 1st, 2016. And in the last budget also, they proposed additional 2% tax. That means actually, in first instance, they started levying 6%. And the last year budget, they introduced additional 2% on some other e-commerce companies, where they got some lot of confusions, clarifications, and they thought actually. I think the finance ministry is to clear all the doubts. But so this finance bill, they try to reduce the operation or reduce their doubts by clarifying to say equal levy shall not be levied on consideration received or receivable for specified services or for e-commerce supply, which is taxable as royalty or fees of technical services. That means fees, royalty or technical fees received by resident entities are not leviable. That will be out of the purview of the equation levy. That much they clarified as of now, but we are still expecting expecting more and more clarification.
There was also something about slump sale. Can you please tell us about that?
Slump play, that definition going to be expanded to map up the revenue, to protect the revenue and to expand the scope of the definition under 247. Actually, some transfers are specified under section 2, subclass 47. They're going to expand.
Okay. Now, one more common thing for professionals is this belated return. Everybody is filing this belated returns. So, to stop this, what has the government done?
Till now, you can file up to 31st March. Say last year, for example, 31st March 2020 return, you can file till 31st March 2021. That is
12 months.
Yeah, 12 months. Now they are proposed to reduce it for further 3 months. Earlier it was actually 2 years.
But why is this? Why is this?
To compel the people to comply, to fall in line. Otherwise, people take a raid. They need not to bother. They need not to worry about to embed some discipline to get back the revenue in time. Since if you file the returns under within the specific time, under so government can
Yeah, in fact, in the budget speech, finance minister was saying 2-3 times she told minimum government, maximum governance, and she said that. So that is actually more responsibility for chartered accountants, company secretaries, lawyers, and all the tax professionals and people like that. So I think that is a very clear message from the government. So is there anything else in the income tax, or should we move to the GST part?
Apart from that, nothing. We can move for GST.
Yeah. So can you please tell us what are the important proposals in GST?
Actually, GST regime comes under our powerful GST council, where our representatives from the 32 states will be there. They are going to take the major decisions. So budget will nothing to do with the GST regime. Here they can't propose any major issues on that. Still, they can go for some minor changes. They can carry forward. So through that window, they propose to the definition of zero rated supply. As per this rule, only notified class, only such notified class of persons or notified class of goods are specifically allowed to make a zero rated supply. They're clamping. So this definition will become a more specific definition from 1st April 2021. They're going to make it stringent. So nobody can yeah, that much. Next one is definition of self-assessed tax. That also they are going to amend to include to the tax payable in respect of outward supplies furnished in Form GSTR 1, but not included in GSTR 3B. By amending the definition of self-assessed tax, they want to include only those tax payable amount and paid on outer supplies furnished in GST, not GST 3B. They also this is also becoming more specified. This definition is becoming more specific definition, and which will say definitely remove the anomalies.
Now, the next very controversial issue, especially for the professionals and also for the businesses, is this ITC. So, input tax credit has become a practical problem for a lot of the businesses, and there's a new condition also. What is this new condition for availing ITC?
New condition is invoice or debit note can be availed only when the details of such invoice or debit notes furnished by the supplier in is from GSTR 1. Otherwise, you
But
cannot.
why the government is doing this? Why is it doing this?
Or else revenue will be suffered a lot. For that reason.
But practically, there are a lot of challenges on a day-to-day basis for businesses and professionals. So how do we tackle this?
Finance Minister also agreed to address all those issues, and that definitely they'll come back with a suitable mechanism.
Okay.
Henceforth, one thing is clear, Alok, year and after doing business and just simply close the shutter and is not easy. They're going to track you like anything. Just last 3-4 months and we can see a huge increase, huge increase in GST revenue. Just for this December month also, GST saw 1.2 billion. That is 1.2 lakh crore, highest so far since the last 3.5 years. Whatever since inception, government and 1.2 million, 1.2 lakh crore. That's the highest GST collection. Only because of these kind of stringent measures and that what they proposed and what they already put it in place. Let's say clamping of fake invoices, raiding of the unauthorized dealers. This and all reaping benefits, and the government also government
will
coffers
continue to make it strict.
Government coffers also getting full. I think these things will definitely reduce their burden, reduce the burden on corporate tax and income tax. Maybe next next budget they may reduce the corporate tax rate and income tax rate for further. Once this GST or indirect tax revenue regime comes to stabilize, and if they have that much of cushion, so they can give a lot of relief to middle class, salary class, and corporate entities to income tax reductions, income tax rate reductions.
Okay, so the roadmap is there, which will eventually benefit the general public.
Definitely.
Okay. So coming to customs, there was something, this agricultural infrastructure development cess or something like this. So what is this?
To fund this COVID-19 vaccination, and they introduced on cess under customs regime, not under income tax or not under GST. Fortunately, there was a lot of hue and cry whether Madam is going to present. Madam may come out with COVID-19 cess under. Fortunately, she restricted to customs that cess under customs regime only. So that will be impact on only import and export exporters.
Okay. Yeah, but that is not a very huge.
Which will have a limited impact on this one. Effect.
Correct. That's because that we don't have too much customs revenue in India.
Don't worry about this one. And further, one more major development is central government is intending to review the 400 old exemptions where this trade and industry used to take raid and they misusing all these exemptions and these exemptions are there from day one. That is 1962 and on. So now government is planning to revamp or revisiting all those old exemptions, and if it is not relevant, if it is not relevant to the current day of the economy, they may going to remove that one, and they are going to overall enter custom duties tariff structure from October 1st onwards. After detailed deliberations with the deliberation considering the stakeholders, public, and all.
So we'll be having a new customs tariff regime.
Definitely, in the last budget only they introduced a lot of measures, and that one already is in place. Faceless assessment, faceless clear assessment is going on there already. With this 400 old exemptions reviewing of these things, plus one more portal will coming there to extend some facilities and facilitation of registration, filing of bill of entry, payment of duties. All these and all will be taken care of by that particular dedicated website.
Okay.
So that way, importer and exporter and those who are involved in international trade can expect easier regime or friendly regime uh, uh, in near future.
Okay. So I think you have covered most of the things, the important parts of the budget,
List of
and
the
we look
cover.
forward to have you for a detailed analysis later also. But what is
Definitely.
your concluding remarks before that?
Budget is not so disappointed, Mr. Alok, that I can say. And moreover, you can't satisfy every sector, everyone, right? It's a matter of fiscal prudence. Physical difficulties are there, and she has to take care of economy. Is worst impacted due to this COVID and all. So I think salary class and all got disappointed, and some mutual fund industry also, mutual fund sector, mutual fund whatever that they also got disappointed due to absence of some measures for them. It's okay. At least some extent we can conclude this as a quite good budget. That's why initially I told I can give a mark up to 7.5, not beyond that, not more than that, not lesser than that. 7.25 to 7.5 is okay for this budget. That's what I
Okay.
can say.
Okay. So thanks a lot, Prabhakar. So this budget is mainly reformative, and you'll get the
Definitely.
impact and the
In that way
benefits
only,
over 5 to 10 years and not immediately.
not immediately. But
Yes.
they are very much on track. Due to this COVID-19, everything is got up and down.
Correct.
This budget is a starting point. This is first budget. If you want, if you ask me, it's the first year of the decade, budget of the decade. So this will be the starting point. Don't worry about last year budget of last 5 6 year budget, and don't compare with that one. Let's start with the new chapter. So next this
Okay.
decade, this will be the very first positive step in that towards. Maybe
So
by
on that
2025 we can
positive note, I think on that positive note, we can end this video. And
definitely.
I'm sure we'll be having Prabhakar for a more detailed analysis later, which will be very useful for all of you. Thanks a lot for joining. Please do let us know your comments. Let us know what you think about the budget. Let us know what are your points. And also, please do like this video and share it with whoever you feel is going to get the benefit out of this. And for more such videos, subscribe to Excel Academy. And thank you, Prabhakar, for joining us. We look forward to have you in the future.
Thank you, Alok.